Hello, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Storytelling with Amna. Today I have another story for you, and it is about pilgrimage, Hajj, which is ongoing at the moment. It's called Ali Cogia and the Thousand Gold Coins or Dinars. Once upon a time, long, long time ago, in the city of Baghdad, there lived a merchant named Ali Cogia. And Ali Khoja had no family. In fact, his parents had died long time ago, and his own family had perished in a plague. So he had no one left except himself. And he was doing well. He was materially doing well. He had his own store, his own shop, and he would make ends meet by buying and selling things. But something started happening, something strange. Every night when he would go to bed, he would start seeing his father. His father would come to his dream and say, "My son, you're getting older. You're already 40 years old, and you still haven't performed Hajj. What if you die in this state? You must prioritize the pilgrimage. Go to Hajj, go to Mecca before something else happens." Ali Khoja would wake up with a headache. This went on, except the dreams got more intense. The father became more forceful. He would come in the dream and say, "Ali, you still haven't made plans to do Hajj? The caravan is leaving soon. You must make an effort to go this year." So when Ali couldn't take it anymore, he decided, you know what? I better do something about my house and my business. I will sell everything off so that I don't keep seeing my father yelling at me in these dreams. So that's exactly what he did. He sold his house, he moved into an inn, and he sold his business. And for everything, he got more than 1,000 gold coins, dinars. And then he thought to himself, where can I leave this? I obviously need some for my journey to pilgrimage to Hajj, but I also need to leave the rest of it here. So when I come back, I have something that I can start fresh with. Then an idea popped in his head. He decided to buy a large jar, a large clay jar, and in that, he buried all those gold coins, 1,000 of them. And the rest of them he kept with him because he needed that. And on top of that, he took olives, fresh olives from the market, and covered that. And he sealed that jar and he carried it to his neighbor, his merchant neighbor. And he said, "My friend, as you know, I'm leaving in a week's time with the caravan going to Mecca, and I need to leave this jar. These are very precious olives that I bought, and I want to come back and enjoy them when I'm back from my Hajj. If you don't mind, please keep them safe for me." So the man handed him his key and he said, "Here's the key to my store. Why don't you go there and leave this in the store? And you will find this untouched. No one will touch it. In fact, I will make sure that your jar will remain in the same spot. When you come back, I will hand you this key again and you go and see that it will remain safe." Ali Khoja was very grateful. He said his goodbyes to this friend, his merchant friend, and he said, "I will keep you in prayers, my friend. Thank you for doing this for me." And then he left. And it took him a couple of months to get to Hajj. And in those days, it was a tedious journey. And when he got there, he couldn't believe the sights that he could see. When he saw the Kaaba for the first time, his eyes teared up. He couldn't believe that he had finally made it safely to the journey. And he joined the other pilgrims in reciting the Talbiya, Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik. And he felt like he was given a new life. He felt pure. And when the Hajj season was over, he started trading because he needed money to continue back on his journey. And one time, while he was putting his merchandise out, these two men walked over and they looked at his merchandise and said, "How much are you asking for this item?" And he said, "This amount." And the two men started laughing. And he asked them, "Why are you laughing?" He said, "Well, if you were smarter, you would have gone to Cairo. There, you can get 10 times more than what people are paying you here." And Ali Cogia thought to himself, I don't have a family, I don't have anybody looking after me, or that I have to look after. So why not go to Cairo? So he took the next caravan, and in a couple of weeks he had reached Cairo. And there, to his shock, the merchant was right. The men that had come to him, those other merchants, they were right. People were willing to pay 10 times more. And he enjoyed his stay in Cairo. He lived there for over a year. And then he decided, that he had already seen the pyramids. He wanted to see other sites in Cairo and nearby cities. And one time he heard about this caravan that was leaving for India. And he asked people, "Where's that? And how far is that?" And they said, "It's a long journey, but why don't you come along? And goods from here trade really well in India." So he decided to go to India. And there he was so amazed by the sights and sounds. It was really a warm place, welcoming place. And he loved the colorful clothes that everybody wore, the saris the women wore, the colorful silks that he saw, and the food. It took him a while to get used to all those spices. So he stayed there for a couple of years and then he was getting homesick. Ali Khoja wanted to return back to Baghdad, but there was one more special place that he wanted to see before he got back, and that was Jerusalem or Al Quds, the Holy Land. He wanted to go there because he had always heard of it. And when he got there, he was amazed by the harmony amongst people. Whether you were Jewish, Christian, or Muslim, people lived together. They respected each other. One time he saw a rabbi had dropped a pouch of gold coins, and this Muslim man ran after him and said, "Sir, you dropped this. This belongs to you." He was so grateful. And then they hugged each other. So he saw that harmony and people respecting each other's religions. And then a few months later, he decided, I've been on this journey now for 7 years. It's time to go back to Baghdad. He was really, really homesick. No matter how much he enjoyed all his travels, he still missed Baghdad. And while Ali Khoja was away for 7 years, one time the merchant's wife that had the jar of olives was having a meal with her husband, and she said, "Oh, how I wish we had olives at this time. It would go so well with the fish that I had cooked." And the merchant said, "You know what? Actually, I do have olives in the store." Ali Khoja left them, and it's been 7 years. There's no way that man is alive. You know what happens when you go on a long journey between disease and all these raids, or, people preying on these pilgrims? Something must have happened. He's not coming back. Let me get you the olives. And she said, "No, my husband, you promised to take care of that. That is amana. That is a trust that you have. You are not allowed to touch that. Never, never lose your faith over mere olives. We can get them in the market tomorrow. Please don't do that." And my husband, it's been 7 years. You think those olives haven't rotten by now? They must have rotten long time ago. But, when the wife went to sleep, the husband was curious and he went downstairs and he saw that the jar was there, and he opened it, he unsealed it, and there, as the wife had mentioned, the olives had rotten. But he thought, maybe if I take the top layer off, there must be some good olives. And he took away the top layer and he looked inside, but the other olives had rotten too. So he plunged his hand deep into the jar and they were all rotten, but he felt something hard, and he pulled it out. And it was, would you believe, a gold coin, a gold coin. He heard some noise, he quickly sealed it back, and he went back to sleep. The next day, when the wife went to sleep again, he came down and he opened that jar. He threw away all the old olives, and there, inside the jar, he pulled out 1,000 gold coins and he said, "I am rich. Ali Khoja is never coming back. I can do so much with this wealth. Nobody will know, not even my wife and children." And he cleaned those up. And the next day, he went to the market again and filled that jar with olives, fresh olives, and he sealed them. A week later, guess who was knocking on his door? It was none other than Ali Cogia. And when he saw Ali Cogia, he couldn't breathe and he said, "My friend, you're back. It's so good to see you. It had been 7 years. I thought something happened to you. I thought something, you died or, you weren't coming back. So I'm so grateful." And he said, "Yes, my friend, I'm back. And you have something that belongs to me." He handed him the key, and Ali Koja went to the store, picked up the jar exactly from where he had left it. He went to his inn where he was staying, and he unsealed the jar. And there were olives there, and he scooped them out, scooped them out, scooped them out, and guess what? There was nothing but olives there. Ali Koja knew it was the merchant. He knew for sure he had stolen. He had opened his jar and he had stolen all his gold coins. So he raged back to the merchant, he said, and he started yelling. Now a crowd had gathered around them, even children watching what was happening. And he said, "My friend, I trusted you. You took away 1,000 gold coins that belonged to me. Where's my gold? I need that. That was everything I had saved in my life. You owe me my gold coins. Look, I will give you some time. If you need that money and you've invested it in something, I will give you some time. But promise me you will return my money." And the merchant said, "What are you talking about? Even my wife is a witness that I would never touch your. Didn't you find it exactly where you left it?" And Ali Khoja was so mad. He dragged him in front of the Qadi or the judge. And he said, I left 7 years ago and I had a jar in which I had left 1,000 golden coins and topped with olives. And I had left that with him. And I come back and the money's gone. The jar was there. So the Qadi said, "Wait a minute, wait a minute. So you went on Hajj, you were gone for 7 years, you were traveling, you left a jar of olives, right? Olives, not gold, with this merchant friend of yours. Now you're coming back and you're claiming that you had gold coins. Did you have any witness when you were putting in those gold coins into that jar?" And Ali Koja said, "No, Your Honor, I live by myself. I don't have family. My parents are long gone. My family perished in the plague. I don't have anybody else." So the witness is not there. And the judge said, "Well, this is not how law works. You need to provide a witness. And if you don't have a witness, case dismissed. You wasted my time." Now, the other merchant was so relieved. He could keep that gold coin and nobody would ask him about it again. But Ali Koja was so angry. He was so mad. He wanted justice. This was not fair. And that's exactly what he did. He decided to get some justice from the caliph or the Khalifa himself. To be continued. The next part of Ali Koja is coming up.